What's up, y'all? It's your boy Flo. From me live from the men's shelter, and I want to talk about women, right? I want to put some things in perspective about women that I feel like a lot of people, yeah. So number one, the first thing I want to say is, if I were to be a woman and I went through certain things, I went through the things that I've been through in my life, same things I've been through in my life, but I was a woman, I would not be able to be as grounded as I am to get on this platform and be a leader, right? I want to also tell you something else about women. Women, especially that been through things in their life, have a kind of victim mentality where they are seeking out for somebody to, cater. Why you think most women get caught up in the, what they call that in the red pill, the carousel, where they just jumping from man to man. You know why? Because they don't realize that they addicted to the honeymoon stage of dealing with men. Them first couple weeks, them first couple months, where man's just so motivated to do what he gotta do, say what he gotta say, be how he gotta be to, get the walls. And they feed off that. And what ends up happening is that she don't end up doing enough self-work within herself, right? And then she end up getting caught up in dealing with a bunch of men. Then she'll end up projecting her work, the things that she got to work on. She'll end up eventually projecting that onto that man, right? Because what she don't realize is that the only reason why she even feel like dealing with a bunch of men is cool is because she also know that if this is a new situation with a man, she's feeding off of that new high of just being around that man that's so motivated to just get in her pants. And she can't be a certain way as comfortable as she would be with a man that she been with for a year plus in a relationship, 2 years, 3 years, right? Because now that high is a little bit different. Because now y'all done argued, right? Y'all done learned about each other. She probably, know what you're going through financially. You may not be in the best financial situation. You may not be in the best living circumstances. You may not be in the best mental, spiritual situation, right? Maybe you telling her that you struggling with certain things spiritually, mentally, whatever. Certain things that you probably would not be telling her in the first few months when you just motivated to get in them walls, right? Rihanna, there's a song that Rihanna made, right? I love the way you lie. Why do you think Rihanna said that? Now, if we want to dig deeper, I'm gonna say the reason why I feel like Rihanna said that, I love the way you lie, is because women love the validation of a man being so motivated just to do what he got to do to keep her around, to get in her pants and to stay being able to get in her pants. So yeah, for me, I want to put something else in perspective, right? See, usually a woman gets insecure being in a relationship, because what starts to happen is for example, right? For those that have been in a relationship, let me put something in perspective for you. When I say a woman has a victim mentality, I'm gonna put this in perspective for you, right? Now, for example, right? The honeymoon stage is over. Y'all been together for over a year, over 2 years, whatever. Now, certain things that you would have seen about her when y'all was first talking, when you just was motivated to keep getting her pants and getting her pants and all that in the first place, it's certain little red flags that you saw that you let go over your head in a way that really validated her. Maybe certain things that she did, maybe even by accident, let's say, she showed you a certain side of herself and she really was peeping how you was responding to it. Something that maybe her ex-boyfriend would have been like, oh, here you go, you know, and then you was just kind of like, because you motivated to get in them walls, right? Now, once you start, you know, getting used to her and y'all been around each other for a minute, she start, you know, showing you certain things and you start like feeling like you're not as motivated to really like get on her walls no more because you feel like she's tripping, right? You know, that type of, let me tell you something about rejection when it comes to women. Women, what I mean by a lot of women have a victim mentality is like, they can't take rejection in the same way that we can. You know, that type of stuff really makes them feel rejected. That is why a lot of women fear being held accountable. It's not about they don't want to be accountable. It's that they don't know how to deal with just them assuming that like they taking it as like rejection. You know why? Because they are emotional creatures, their body get consumed by feelings. Like, think about that feeling that you have when you walk up to a girl, you trying to talk to her, you approach her, you like, yo, for me, like, you looking good, man. Like what's the word with you? For me, like, what's up? Like, where you from? For me, what you mixed with? You ain't got no man? And then she hits you with the, I'm sorry. Like, you doing too much. Like, whatever, right? And she just rejects you pretty much. You know, you feel like feeling in your stomach where it's like, that's tough. Women, they get consumed by that feeling. It consumes them. It consumes them because they are emotional creatures. So the things that we kind of just gotta brush off, they don't have that same type of, you know, like they don't know how to really do that because it consuming them in a different type of way, which is why, you know, a lot of times women are willing to just settle for the people that is simping over them, right? They ain't really willing to go out their way to, you know, go get that man that they really, really feel like is their ideal man. They kind of just want to do certain things to feel like this is what would attract him to come to me. Only reason why is because they wouldn't be able to sit with the rejection that would come with him. Maybe, let's say, he doesn't like them. And now they feel so defeated in a different type of way, right? A lot of people think that women move with a certain type of like entitlement where they feel like they have power. But see, when you start to understand what power truly is, nobody that truly has power will go out their way to try to always prove that they have it. Because once you have the power, you have it, right? Kind of like your manager at your job. He know when he walk in a certain environment and y'all working, y'all gonna tighten up when he walk through. He don't gotta do certain things, right? And I feel like when women doing certain things, like for example, right? I want to put this in perspective. When you feel like a woman is acting out of turn, acting out of control of her emotions, and you think that's her way of trying to show you, you know, that that's her way of like abusing her power or something, right? What that really is showing you how weak she is. You know what I'm saying? It's weakness because, first of all, anybody that is acting out of character and can't control themselves is weak. That go for men too. If you can't control yourself, you're weak. All right, especially as men, because we have more responsibility, right? I seen this the other day, man arguing with his girl. People seen it, you know, people start getting worried because the man starts seeing up. And that's just the responsibility that we have as men, is that we have to understand that is certain in circumstances with women especially, we just can't be a certain way no matter what. And what you'll start to realize and understand about women is that the more you ground yourself, the more respect she will feel for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just something very appealing to women when it comes to a man that just isn't reactive to her. But see, women that's insecure, women that have that victim mentality because they just what's the word? You know, the victim mentality and the insecureness come from them not properly processing their own traumas and things that they've been through in their life, with men. And they end up just having this kind of mentality where they kind of looking to men to kind of make them feel better, which is the reason why women like having, you know, whole phases and all that. They really looking for that healing from a man because they can't do it for themselves, which is the victim mentality. You looking for somebody else to give you something that you can't give yourself, right? And yeah, that is a sign of weakness. And what you'll start to realize is when you ground yourself with women, you'll start to really see that, like, with the reason why women act out is because they feel unsafe. Because they kind of already know, you know, men kind of be having their own, like, motive. Because they want what they want. So when they move in a certain way and they being emotional, reactive to little things, number one, that's because they care a lot. And they just can't control that. They don't know how to express that, so they end up projecting. All right, here's where we getting deeper. Now, what you'll end up realizing as you getting older and you dealing with women, you'll realize that the more control that you have in these situations, like, yo, listen, for me, it's a lot going on right now. For me, I'm here for you. I love you, but it's a lot going on right now for me. I'm here for you though, but let me holler at you. Like, let's take some space, whatever, and I'ma holler at you. For me. But at the end of the day, though, I love you and I'm here for you though. Now, when she in her own space, mind you, women by themselves, they still struggle with processing their own traumas and emotions. So now when she processing how grounded that you was during that, she don't even know how to be grounded in her own stuff, but you was grounded through dealing with that, right? And another thing, women make you stronger as a man. The more you can stay grounded through a woman projecting herself onto you, it's gonna make you more grounded. So if you really love a girl and y'all going through something, y'all going through stuff and y'all arguing and you really love her, just, you know, stay down with shorty. Word. For me, you're gonna grow through that. It's gonna make you more of a man. Because we don't have to deal with that, right? We don't have niggas that be really doing that to us, for me. So it's like we kind of have a certain entitlement too, where it's like, oh yeah, for me, niggas know, cause word, it'll really go there if it gotta go there. But women, we kind of just have to have a certain type of responsibility that'll help us grow. I'm not saying that it's okay, but what I am saying is that we could grow through that. Like, you know, I've done this with me and shorty. You know, we go through things. We just recently had a breakup. You know, today, you know, and, you know, I called the squash things between us because we was arguing and it was getting real bad. But I had learned something about this last argument that we had that I'm realizing that I'm really rising above that. Like, I'm just, because what you got to realize too is like, okay, women may be the problem because of their emotions, right? But we got to also take responsibility and accept, like, if you have it in you to level with that, and be me and her on that same level, then you also have stuff that you got to work on yourself. Because really, if you really had it all together and she the problem, you wouldn't even have it in you to be indulging with that. You'd be like, hey yo, why is she doing something? Nah. Well, if you care about it, yo, tell her, get out. Yo, listen, we gonna talk. Right now, it's a lot going on. I'm getting a little overwhelmed, but I love you. For me, get up out of there. Or she may start ringing your phone down. That's why I messed up. I did that, but then she started ringing my phone down. She still, for me, because she still wanted me to be there for her while she was in that mode. Because that's their way of showing you, like, yo, listen, for me, I can't really deal with this. It's a lot for me right now. I need you to help me through this. But they don't know how to communicate that because why? They not dudes. Like I said, going back to how I even have it in me to be, you know, a stand-up dude going through what I've been through in my life, and I'm still on the internet and live from a homeless shelter, still think I got it in me to inspire people. And I am inspiring people. I am helping people. And I have that visionary mindset. Not saying that women don't have a visionary mindset, but they deal with their traumas differently from men. And you know what I'm saying? Women need men. They may not admit that, but they need us, because even the whole phase is you showing us that you need us, because when you feeling low and vulnerable, you break up with your man, what you gonna do? Start, you know, look for another dude, right? You know what I'm saying? Or end up with another dude. You can't really, never really heard of no woman getting out of a bad breakup and she's single for the next 2-3 years. Like, for example, when me and my baby moms broke up, moved in with another dude with my kid. He was just 2 months years old. I'm going through it mentally. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be in a relationship. I'm gonna do me. Single for the next 3 years, bro. I wasn't talking to nothing. No flirting, no nothing. I ain't even worried. I was just doing me for 3 years straight. It may not have been the best because I was still addicted to the site and all that, coping with the site, but like, so women need men. And sometimes, you know, that make them insecure as well, because they like, you know, and they just end up fighting, going, you know, trying to fight an uphill battle within their own self. But see, here's where you come in. If you could help ground them and you could deal with them and you could like handle them, mind you, they can't even handle themselves. So if you can handle that and you just a grounded dude and she going through certain emotions and you put your arm around like, yo, listen, like we good, for me. Like, I love you, for me. I don't like seeing you like this. You too beautiful to be feeling like this, you heard? Like, for me, like, I'm here for you. Like, I'm not against you, baby. Like, I'm here for you, you heard? Look, you so beautiful. I don't want you to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we gonna get through this together. You know what I'm saying? And anytime you feel like you're going through something, for me, just holla at me. Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Start making that, you know, start getting moist in there. Guess what? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see that look in her eyes where she gonna be showing you like, now she wants you to really make her feel like a woman. And you know what I'm saying? And you know if you know. You know what I'm saying? So what I want y'all to really understand when it comes to females is like, that's the reason why they lack emotional control, because they just, you know, they need that man that's gonna make them feel loved and supported and heard. And you know, they don't know how to process not having that. You know, us as men, like, we don't move like that because we are that. We not looking for nobody to do that for us. You know, because we meant to do that for shorty. Literally meant, to the point where that's why women are the way they are emotionally, because them not having that, it hurts them so much. And women understand that about other women. You know, sometimes it's so crazy out here. A lot of women really just want to get married just to like show off they ring to other women, because they understand female nature, because they women. And they know even if the relationship is good or not, them seeing that ring on shorty finger is gonna trigger them, because they want that so bad. They want to be locked in with a dude so bad. Want a dude to love them enough to want to put a ring on their finger so bad. Right? And seeing that trigger them. Them being single and seeing other relationships and seeing a shorty with her man. Shorty knows that it triggers another girl that may not have that. So she might start trying to act funny in public. Well, her man probably thinking like, oh, she really love me. But like the whole time she really feeding off of like, and that's a whole nother conversation. She really feeding off of just other people, just like peeping that. You know what I'm saying? Like other women peeping that and being jealous. So that's what really make her like not want to not be in that relationship. Because now if she not in that relationship, she don't have that power to be stealing other women's energy and making them jealous and all that. That's a whole another situation of how even women that get desperate to the point where they're in a relationship with a dude they don't even really rock with, but they feeding off of other women's jealousy and, you know, the facade, put facades out there trying to make it seem like it's the relationship is really, but it's not. Like it's, or that's a whole nother conversation. But like, understanding that for me, women, when it comes to their emotions and their victim mentality, it's like, what I also want to put in perspective is like, you know, we got to stop dealing with women like they dudes. Like we have to be compassionate, you know what I'm saying? Because like they very sensitive. So like, we can't just say certain things like, yo, like, why you so emotional, bro? Like, yo, chill, bro, you doing too much. We can say that to dudes, but like, you can't say that to no female, bro. You cannot. Because they are gonna take that as like, oh, like he don't care about me because why he said it like that? He's saying it like he don't care about me. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. The red pill, them dudes don't understand certain things. Them dudes don't understand compassion, right? If you really want to be locked in with a woman and really want to have a woman like wrapped around your finger or in the palm of your hand, you have to know how to be compassionate. And you have to know how to be grounded and not do none of that funny business, push and pull and all that. Right? Don't get me wrong, the push and pull works, right? If you do it right, that 100% works. But at the end of the day, though, you're gonna eventually get exposed because she gonna shit test you 1,000,000 times, bro. Because she's gonna intuitively feel that you not really like that. You putting on a facade, and that's why they just 100 times gonna shit test you 100 times, bro. And the shit test come from them just always having to need that reassurance to see if you really as grounded as you are. You're peeling the beat. And eventually, you're going to get exposed if you're not really truly grounded within yourself and have real compassion. If you don't, eventually you're going to get exposed. And now none of that push-pull is going to work no more. None of that facade that the red pill trying to teach you is going to work because you're going to eventually get exposed. I'm going to tell you something about women. They will shit test you 1,000,000, 1,000 trillion times, bro, until you get exposed. Believe that, bro. Believe that. And they don't even do it on purpose, bro. It's a subconscious thing that they do. Subconsciously, they feel the unsafeness within you because of their intuition. Right? There's certain ways their intuition move that they don't even understand that make them feel certain emotions that they end up projecting, that certain things just be happening within women. I feel like they don't even be in control of a lot of that. How us, like, we get mad and then we kind of just like, okay, we gonna set up this fight, or we gonna do this and argue that and this, that, and the third, or we gonna probably dap it up after the fact. Like, women don't really, a lot of women don't, most women don't have that. They just like, they get consumed and body snatched by their own emotions and by their intuition, and it kind of just happens. You know what I'm saying? Men, we more conscious of certain things because we not as emotional as women are by nature. So understand that as well. But women are gonna shit test you, right? But see, here's where they work in your favor. Because all of these shit tests that she's gonna do, and once you understand them as just like she's insecure, right? Or she got that victim mentality, like, yeah, he might be a good man, but like, I don't really deserve a good man. Or like, out of all of the men that I dealt with, how am I supposed to believe that he's really that? Or like, that's just them projecting they own. That don't mean nothing wrong with you. So you supposed to just keep on staying grounded and showing them like, yo, listen, I'm really him. I don't know what you dealt with, but I'm him. You heard? And you're gonna see that. And the more you keep showing her that by just, and it's not even like you can't teach that. You gotta really just be a grounded, compassionate person. You gotta learn how to have that within yourself. It's not no game. So like, all that game that they trying to teach in the red pill is not gonna last. It's a facade. It's a game that you gotta keep up with. Right? But eventually you're gonna get tired of that. You're gonna get exposed. Believe that. They don't teach you that though. So for me, it's gonna work in your favor, because now when she's seeing that you really that, and you really not getting consumed, because when she projecting it, she thinking that you're gonna get consumed by it too, because it's consuming her to the point where she can't hold it back, and she gonna project it onto you. And now when she see that that's not consuming you, guess what? You are a certified man to her. Certified. And you're gonna have that daddy type of energy though. For me, where she gonna really just, for me, like confide in a different type of way. And really just like, you know, now when she get consumed by that, she gonna know like, okay, I'm not gonna keep projecting that onto him, because I don't wanna lose this man, because he really proved to me like he really him. Like 1,000,000 times I done protect, and he really him though. So like now, you gonna even help her. I'm dropping gems, bro. I'm a gem, bro. I'm a fucking goat, bro. No funny shit. Really a goat. But Now you gonna be helping her with her own, for me, baggage and her own like being consumed. Now you're gonna be having her processing different thoughts that she wouldn't have been able to have, where she was respecting you in a different type of way, where she like, yo, now let me try to work through this and communicate it. Let me try to work on my communication now and me and Shorty doing that more and more. For me, we may not be perfect, but word, it be that. You know, a lot of times, you know, I done held it down and she done hit me with the, yo, for me, I gotta work on that, my fault, like my emotions, my this, that, For me, and word, so, and then now you really just going for me, and that's what happens, but you gotta, you know, it may sound like it's not no simp nothing, but for me, like, you know, you got to prove yourself. And if you really him, it shouldn't be a problem to prove yourself, because it's just gonna give you more power, right? Not power of like you control her or nothing like that, but like you gotta think about it, right? If she's controlled by her emotions and get consumed by her emotions, and now she learning how to work through her own emotions because, you know, because of you, because of how grounded you are, and she don't want to keep on because you done been grounded so many times. Well, now you got her working through her own emotions. Like, that's you, because, for me, because you that leader, and now you leading her in that, for me. So it do kind of give you control, for me. And that's what they want you to have, though. They want you to have that control, but they want you to have it in a way where it's like not no funny business going on, where it's just like you really just him, though, for me. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna have more conversations about this, for me. Salute, 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 salute. Word.